Good afternoon. Welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep. Welcome to your Tuesday editorial analysis. Is it the first one of this year? Yes, it is. I would like to see the chat also, please. All right. So, as you know, well, some of you would not. My name is Savitri Krishnamurty. I teach English and Logic at BYJU'S. Those of you who have already joined me earlier in this session know that this session is an editorial analysis from a linguistic point of view so that it will help you in your preparations for RC of any aptitude test. People who are joining us for the first time, those of you who are aiming for CAT 2024, we have good news for you. Do fill up the counseling form that is there on the chat, that is pinned to the chat. Let us know if you are interested in CAT 2024 preparation. I'm sure you are if you are attending this session. Hello, Harsh. Our team of counselors, we have a very good team of counselors who will talk to you one-on-one and decide what kind of preparation is best suited for you for CAT 2024 and other MBA exams. All right, do that. Just fill up the form and our counselors will call you and let you know. It's very important to choose for yourself the right course. And you know, we have lot of courses. We have long-term courses, short-term courses. We have test series. We have coaching for CAT, for non-CAT exams. So our counselors will look at your requirement from your background, from your perspective, the timings that are suitable to you, and you can join any of those. All right? Okay. Now, those of you who have joined here for and are looking at MAT CET, CMAT and other exams, the counseling form will also help you because we do have a dedicated MAT CET coaching program, crash course for MAT CET. We worked very hard to pattern the course exactly on the MAT CET pattern. As you know, MAT CET has all kinds of questions: reading comprehension, grammar, vocabulary, and a little bit of logic. So from the English point of view, it's a well-rounded exam. Easier than CAT, but still requires a little bit of extra prep in terms of vocabulary, idioms, and phrases especially. All right, shall we start with today's editorial analysis? Right, ready to start? Give me a thumbs up if you can see me and hear me clearly. I will show you each slide for 40 seconds as usual, and then I will sum it up for you, and then we will try to answer the questions. This passage I have kept exactly like an MAT CET passage. All right, let's start. 40 seconds, please read it. All right, did you finish reading that? What is it about? Something very topical. It is about illegal immigration. It's about immigration, about why Indians want to immigrate. Why do you want to go abroad? Why do you want to settle abroad? And the author tries to analyze that. Why? All right, in a world where the movement of labor is curtailed and restricted, it is no surprise that people affected by distress in their homeland seek opportunities in the developed world despite enormous risks. Let me get my pen correct. Oh, what did I do? Okay. I don't like using the red ink. All right. So basically, affected by distress in their homeland seek opportunities in the developed world. So it's not surprised. Labor is curtailed, movement of labor is curtailed. So people want to, in desperation, they are in distress in their homeland, they want to go to a developed region where they think they'll have a better life, and they take enormous risks in the process. In the recent episode of the forced return of 303 Indians who were detained at a French airport is suspected to be another such instance or worse of trafficking. You've all read in the newspapers 303 Indians were detained at a French airport and sent back to India. And they think this is a case of trafficking. Think of those poor people. They must have put all their life savings to get into that flight. To think that, oh, once we go somewhere, we'll get, a better life. And they've all been sent back. So they lost that money, they lost their so-called dream. But apart from that, it's a case of trafficking. About 20 of them sought asylum in France, while the rest returned to Mumbai. However, it is well known now that an alarming number of Indians, nearly 100,000 of them, 5 times the number in the previous years, attempted to enter the US between October 2022 and September this year. Between October 2022 and September 2023, nearly 100,000 Indians have tried to enter the US through various ways. According to US Customs and Border Protection data. Now we're talking of people who are trying to enter the country illegally, many who go legally too. This is only people who are trying to enter the country through other means. More than half these attempts were through the heavily guarded Mexican border, because US-Mexican border, the US is trying to keep a lot of Mexicans from illegally migrating to the US. So the Mexican border, the US-Mexican border is heavily guarded, with the rest being attempts to use the sparsely manned Canadian border. The US-Canadian border is not that heavily fortified. That's also because conditions in the US-Canadian border is not good. I mean, in the sense of weather, climatic conditions are bad. So you're risking that, you're risking inclement weather to enter US through Canada. The rise of Indians risking the rather dangerous, to enter the US through Mexico came to light when a 6-year-old girl from Punjab was found dead in the Arizona desert in June 2019. So you see the risks involved, people lose their lives too. This was about 9 months before the COVID-19 pandemic, which led the Trump administration to invoke the rarely used Title 42 of the US Code. What is Title 42 of the US Code? Deals with public health, and it empowers the border agency to turn away asylum seekers without a hearing. So he's basically talking of conditions under which people try to migrate. Next, again 40 seconds, read it. Okay, so now here what does the author say? He talks about the situation now. Before the COVID pandemic, they came to know the kind of risks people take when they found a little girl, 9-year-old, found dead in the Arizona desert. That means she must have come with her family, whatever, illegally. After COVID-19 years, and since the Biden administration came to power, such migration attempts have began to steadily rise again. That Indians are willing to take risks and bear enormous difficulties only to become illegal immigrants in the US suggests that they are doing so. Why? Why are so many people trying to go there? taking such risks. They are doing so either in desperation, the situation is so bad that they say I can take any risk to go. इससे तो बुरा कुछ नहीं हो सकता है. Or they are being misled. Okay. Initial reports from the current incident also bear the telltale signs of what has been reported in the past about such cases. Majority of the air passengers were men from Punjab, Haryana and Gujarat. So most of these people in the past also, these are males from these three states. Excuse me. About a dozen were unaccompanied minors, even little kids. Immediate reason, why have you come? What is the reason? Where are your papers? Have been cited by some Sikhs as alleged religious persecution. Alleged means they are saying it, they are claiming it's religious persecution, that they are being persecuted, treated badly, treated cruelly because of their religion. But obviously, we do not know whether that is true, most likely not. Others cited the distress in farming, that they don't have their farm, they are farmers and they are not getting the money, they are in debt, they have faced lots of problems in their profession, which is thereby they've left the country and are trying to go somewhere for a better future. Regardless, so these are the reasons cited. Regardless of the reason, whatever the reason, economic distress or religious persecution or whatever other things they are citing, whatever the reasons, it is time the Indian government paid attention to the trafficking racket that appears to be widespread across parts of rural Punjab and Haryana, where gullible people, gullible means innocent, readily, easily tricked people, fall prey to tall promises of a better future in the US. So there are these very innocent people. Somebody comes and says, give me this much money, I will put you on a plane, you can go to the US and life is fantastic, the streets are paved with gold. Many people fall for those tales. Their situation has been exacerbated by the crisis they face in farming, with plummeting incomes and overexploited and fragmented farmlands. A crackdown on exploitative middlemen in the labor market can only be the beginning. This is the first step the government should take, the author is suggesting. Clear? All right. First question. What's the primary purpose of the author? What is the point? Why has he written this editorial? To argue that the migration attempts by Indians to the developed world is a sign of greed. To discuss the migration attempts by Indians to the developed world. To refute charges of illegal migration of Indians. Or to highlight the abysmal state, the horrible state of the Indian economy, which is forcing millions to migrate. What is the author's main purpose to write this, in writing this? Sign of greed, no, only a few middlemen. So is, yes, Vedant says B. Migration attempts, to analyze the reasons for it, right? So more than discussion, it's also an analysis, but of the four options, discuss is the best word. He does not refute charges of illegal migration. In fact, he elaborates on instances of illegal. He does not talk about the Indian economy. He does say that the terrible state of farming and the distress they face in farming is one of the reasons for them to go abroad. Excellent. So the one answer is B. I want other answers quickly. All right. Question 2. Suggest a suitable title for the passage. Now from CAT we have gone to non-CAT exams, where purpose and title are the common questions. Lot of direct questions will be there in MAH CET and CMAT as well. So let us look at more direct questions, more vocabulary based questions. All right. What's a suitable title for the passage? Migration by Indians in desperation, illegal migration, the farming crisis, or destruction due to greed. He is talking about immigration, he is talking about Indians, and one of the reasons is desperation. Looks good. Illegal migration is too broad, too general. The farming crisis is too specific. That is the reason for a majority of the men of Punjab to try to go abroad. Destruction due to greed is out of context. So the correct answer is A. Excellent. All right. All of the following can be inferred from the passage except three options can be inferred. Which one cannot? Give me the option which cannot be inferred. Option A, there has been an increase in the number of Indians trying to seek opportunities abroad. There's an increase in illegal immigration from India. The farming crisis is forcing people to take to illegal migration. What is the difference between immigrant and or immigration, immigrant and immigration and immigrant? Sorry. Okay, so you are going from India to the US. You will be called an immigrant in the US, and from India you are an immigrant. The process of moving from one country to the other is migration. Increase in illegal immigrants twice of that of last year. We are asking all can be inferred except. So Vedant, I want what cannot be inferred, not what can be inferred. You can infer that there has been an increase in number of Indians seeking opportunities abroad. Out of them, some of them, many of them emigrate illegally. So 1 and 2, yes, right? So you want what cannot be inferred. So which option is it? Is it C or D? Last sentence, he has used the word only, but in what context? A crackdown on exploitative middlemen can only be the beginning. He is not saying that's the only solution. Yes, Priyanshi. So the correct answer is the only solution. Therefore, it is D, cannot be inferred. It's only the beginning of actions that we can take to stop illegal immigration. All right, question 4. Which of the following is not true according to the passage? Direct question, specific idea question again. The US-Mexican border is heavily guarded. Now, in these questions, if you have a doubt, do go back to the passage in the exam. Refer to the passage and answer. The US-Mexican border is heavily guarded. The US-Canadian border is sparsely guarded. Sparse means not many, very few in between. Title 42 of the US Code empowers border agencies to turn away asylum seekers even without a hearing. Migration attempts have declined as a result of Biden administration's strict crackdown. Which one is not true? Question 4. Give me the question number and the answer. Which one is not true? Vedant says it's D. What about the others? We know that he said US-Mexican border is heavily guarded. Why? Because not just Indians. A lot of Mexicans also try to migrate to the US. So the US-Mexican border, Canadian border is sparsely guarded is true. In fact, you can cross from US to Canada and Canada to US. You can go in the car, whoever you are. There's just one small booth where you'll have 2 officers and 1 policeman. You sometimes wonder what if people wanted to go, and then they'll just look at your papers. If you're not a US citizen, Canadian citizen, then you have to show your passport. In the US or Canadian citizen, you just have to show your passport. They'll stamp it on the way back, and they don't even know whether you come back by the same way. So it's actually pretty chill, as they call it. I don't know how it is now, because the number of Indians to Canada has also increased. This is also correct. This is wrong because it contradicts what the passage has said. Which of the following is an assumption? This is part of statement assumption, or assumption is verbal logic. So what is the concluding line? I have given the So you can treat this as statement assumption also. An assumption is something that can be taken for granted in what has been given here. You also read the passage before, so you are in a better position to answer than just a statement and an assumption. A crackdown on exploitative middlemen in the labor market can only be the beginning. So what is the assumption? The author, what is he taking for granted when he makes this statement? The government needs to crack down on middlemen in the labor market. There exist exploitative middlemen in the labor market. The crackdown against exploitative middlemen can help check illegal migration. All of the above. A, B, C or D? When I say that you need to crack down on exploitative middlemen as a beginning to handle this situation, obviously I am asking that the step be taken. If I am saying that you need to take action against exploitative middlemen, obviously I am assuming there are such people, there are such middlemen who are exploiting innocent people. And since I am suggesting a crackdown, I am assuming that this crackdown on middlemen will work, will have beneficial effects to check illegal immigration, right? So answer is D, all of the above. Excellent. Indians are willing to take risks and bear enormous difficulties only to become illegal immigrants in the US suggests that they're doing so either in desperation or are being misled, right? This is what the author says, that you see so many Indians, last year 100,000 of them, more than 100,000 of them, who take all kinds of risks only to become illegal immigrants. They don't even have any guarantee that they will be accepted there, right? They're taking so much. So why? So he says two reasons. One is either desperation or are being misled, right? So based on this statement, which of the following is definitely true? Which of the following can be concluded? What can you sum up basically? All right. A likely cause of illegal migration is desperate conditions. They are being deceived and there are risks. So all of the above, D is the answer. Excellent. Explain this statement. Another very MAH CET kind of question. Gullible people fall prey to tall promises of a better future in the US. So which option explains this sentence properly or correctly or accurately? People are aware of the risks involved in living in the US. People are warned about the hardships involved in immigration to the US. Many people are deceived by promises of a wonderful future abroad, or people pretend to be gullible and naive to further their ambitions. That their people are being tricked. Gullible people, innocent people fall prey, get tricked by false promises of unreasonable promises that life in the US is better than what they are doing now. So the correct answer is C. We're almost at the end of the RC part of it. Now we'll go to the vocabulary part of it, right? So again, any of you, all of you interested in CAT 2024, do fill that counseling form. Our counselors will get in touch with you. We have put together a great team of counselors. They will call you, they will talk to you about CAT 2024, what we in BYJU'S offer you and what would be most useful for you. All right. Don't miss this opportunity. Do register in that form and call. Get a good start to your CAT 2024 preparations if you're planning to take it. Identify the meaning of exacerbated. alleviated, worsened, improved, or ameliorated. What is the meaning of this problem is exacerbated by something, 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 he says. So whenever a word has been asked from the passage, read the sentence so that you understand the meaning. To exacerbate is to worsen a situation. All right. So exacerbated. Alleviate is to improve a situation. Okay. To alleviate the conditions or the misery of the poor means to make their condition better. Ameliorate means to lessen the suffering and pain. Okay. All right. Don't get confused between elevated. Okay. Elevated means to raise. Aggravate. Exactly. Perfect. What do you think? Which of the, I didn't explain trafficking deliberately. What is the meaning of the word trafficking in the context of the passage? Deal or trade in something illegal, movement of vehicles on the road, density of human beings on the road, or density of vehicles in a city. What is the meaning of trafficking? A, B, C, or D. What is the meaning of trafficking as it is used in the passage? Or human trafficking, transfer of human beings, okay, illegally. All right, so illegal deal or trade in something. Excellent. What's the meaning of asylum? Some people, that flight to France, that where the people were stopped, some people sought asylum in France, the others returned to Mumbai. So what is the meaning of asylum? Asylum is to seek protection, or the word for it is refuge. Excellent. All right. What is the opposite of plummeting? Plummeting. What is the opposite, antonym of plummeting? Plunging, hurtling, rocketing, or diving? Opposite of plummeting. Plummeting means dropping. So plunging, hurtling, and diving are the synonyms of plummeting. The opposite is rocketing. Excellent. All right. I will see you again next Tuesday with another editorial analysis. This time I will make the questions a little different, mostly direct, but I will also include quite a few grammar questions in it, along with vocabulary, idioms, related idioms, distantly related idioms. So then we have a set, because, I can give you about 5 or 6 RC questions, and after that I'll give a whole lot of idioms, phrases, words from the passage. The words, apparently all of your vocabulary is pretty good. That makes me very happy. So let's raise it to the next level. All right. Do get in touch with our counselors, CAT 2024 aspirants. The form that is there in the chat box, do fill it up. Do not forget that. Join all or any of our social media channels so that you are informed of the latest. Our MAT CET YT classes are on. Our MAT CET dedicated MAT CET batches we are having, where we are doing intensive coaching, everyday classes on English, on quant, all the sections that are asked in MAT CET. Do fill the form for our 2024 CAT or non-CAT exam aspirants. All right, because this is a new initiative. We are getting pretty good response. I thought I shouldn't forget it. I've written it all over. Mat bhulo, mat bhulo. Make sure you fill that form so that our counselors can get in touch with you, talk to you. You choose the perfect course for you and do well in your attempts to get into your Dream B school. All right, I will see you again next Tuesday with an editorial analysis. Those of you who've taken ZAT and are just want to see how you've done, join our ZAT analysis. We had a general analysis. Now we are having a detailed section-wise analysis. So do join that. All right, fill that form now. Take care. Bye-bye.